One of the things that surprised me most about traveling this way is just how difficult it can be. Every day we had to get a little bit further. Every day we had somewhere to be. And it wasn't until after we left Oregon that we really got to experience the stillness that we were both craving. And that took us to Stanley, Idaho. Stanley is a magical place. If you've not been there, you have to go check it out. It's this little town of like maybe 300 people that serves huckleberry ice cream, and it's also the headwaters of the Salmon River. The salmon flows across the Frank Church, which is also called the River of No Return Wilderness. And we camped on the edge of 2.9 million acres of national forest. I was able to truly unwind. After we left Stanley, we headed to Craters of the Moon National Monument, and I really wanted to show the Moonlander in this dramatic black basalt volcanic rock environment. And the next most logical place on the way home, and one of my absolute favorite places for dark sky photography, was Valley of the Gods. I spent most of the evening awake fiddling with my camera, trying to get the perfect Milky Way shot. The coolest part, when you wake up and take a shower, like 72 degrees surrounded by red rocks with no one around, that was a really magical experience for me. I think that I'm both learning how to slow down and move differently in the world. I'm curious what comes up in stillness for a while. It seemed very fitting that we made it to those three places on our way home. But now I'm just excited to slow down. I had a few days after my photo shoots, and I'm up here in Flagstaff, Arizona. Got to head back on Friday for a shoot on Saturday and another shoot on Sunday. I've been asked a few times to give a tour of the rig, so here we go. Welcome to my ride. All right, starting from the bottom, we've got a deck drawer system with everything I could ever possibly need. Moving on, in between the bed platform, there's tons of storage for water, for electricity. My air pump is there. Climbing into the rig, it is a full queen-size bed that turns into a couch. And then all of this gets stored up in the storage over-cab area when I need to use my truck bed for a truck bed. And that, to me, was the biggest selling point. Coming up here, I've got my little library. Again, there is so much storage for clothing, for toiletries, for anything that you could possibly need. There's a max air fan, which I couldn't live without. Helps keep this place cool. And these are Arctic turn windows. They black out if you go up. There's a screen if you go down. And then if you grab both sides, it opens to the air. And then this just closes like that. That's the inside of the rig. Moving around the side, this is where I keep my fridge. Right now I'm running the Anker Everfrost 2. And then this internally has a battery, which you can see there, which will run it for a couple days on its own. But then I also have the Goal Zero as a backup, which I'm charging off the truck. It's got a light inside, got food for a couple days. And then the area that you saw before where Duke's bed was is now currently where I'm housing my camera gear. Moving up top, I've got the Overland Vehicle Systems 270-degree awning. It is the XD. And then I went with the Falcon Wild Peak AT4W tires, an Eibach suspension, and Dobinson rear leaf springs to account for the weight. All in all, I think it's a beautiful rig. It's insanely capable, and I'm excited to keep exploring. I've learned so much from so many different places and so many different people. And my long-term goal of this project is to build it into a community, because it's not just about a guy living out of a truck traveling on the road. My goal with the channel really is about adding value to everyone that watches it. If there's anything you want to know about the rig or about me or about the process, feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I will do my best to make an episode just for you. Coming up in the next few weeks, I'll be going over all the systems that make this life on the road possible. So stay tuned. If you haven't checked out the website, please go to www.thiswaywild.com.